I can't bear to see Air Force and Navy and Army people suffer when they fought for our country all these years, and Ozone has taken their money from them. In fact, when we went to the police, they would refuse to file FIRs. There were stays ready in courts before the case would reach. In 24 hours, there would be a stay on that order.
Hello and welcome to India Today Global. I am Pranay Upadhyaya. Owning a house is a dream for many people in India. And this dream becomes more pricey, more emotionally connected when you work in a foreign land for this dream. But this dream, if gets shattered, it breaks heart for many people. I am being joined by Mr. Errol John Noronha, who have worked hard to own his house. He is still paying his EMIs, but his promise was broken by the builder. Welcome to India Today Global, Mr. Noronha. My first question to you would be that what actually drew you to invest in an Ozone Group property, which you said that you bought a house there, and how your promise was broken by the builder?
This was sometime in 2015 when I had visited my in-laws in Bangalore. And at that time, there was a very heavy marketing and advertising going on with the Ozone Urbana project in Devanali. So since my in-laws were elderly, 80 plus, we were looking for a hospital and, everything around the vicinity. So at any given time, any emergency, we could take them there. Ozone promised us a 240-bed hospital in the project itself. That's what convinced me to book the property. So we booked a 3-bedroom apartment in a project called Belvedere. And we waited for 2 years, like they said it would be ready. The full payment was made. That was not on a loan. That was done on a full payment by me myself. After some time, there were some delays. They started calling me back in Dubai, saying that the project will be ready in 3 months. And they've come up with a scheme where I just pay up 10% and the rest only on handover. The banks will pay EMI, PMI once I take the loan till that project is complete. I wasn't very convinced, but still, since they said you only put in 10% and you take a loan, and we will do the rest. I said, okay, since I'm not going to be putting in too much of money, let me do that. Then I realized every 3 months, they kept on sending demand notes to start paying up, and the bank stopped paying the EMI. Then I had to do a study. I came down to India. I took a long break, about a month during my leave, and I did a little study on the project. That's when I found, when I looked into the background, that Ozone Group was not only defaulting on this project, they were defaulting in all the projects they had around India.
So my question to you is that how long you have been waiting for the possession of this house, and what has been the communication from the builder over the years?
When I was with the builder in the project on site itself, they kept saying 3 months, 3 months, 3 months, and letters came, every update came with 3 months later. That's when I found out it had actually stalled. And in 2020, when we lost our jobs and we came down due to COVID, I didn't have any money with me. So I requested them for an apartment at least to stay in, since I didn't even have money to pay any rent. And they finally offered me an apartment which was half the size of the apartment that I booked. But we somehow managed, since we had no choice. And I was living on that site, seeing that not even a brick was moving at any given time.
Which year we are talking about?
The complete project. The complete project, the 185 acres, yes. So at the same time, there were banks sitting in their offices and they were still hot selling property, apartments and plots during the project being stalled, and double sales happening and various other frauds happening.
At what point At what point and in which month you decided to go for the legal action, and what pushed you to file the case in the Supreme Court of India?
Yeah, I first started with RERA. I had actually paid up an advocate who was doing my RERA case. Then I found out the case was not moving at all. There were no hearings happening, and he kept saying it was COVID. So finally, I took over the case myself and I moved it myself since he was actually not attending the hearings. And I got an NOC and started attending myself. I got the order in 6 months. That was sometime in 21.
Okay.
Yeah. So once the order came in and RERA said now the builder will pay you, he decided he is not paying anybody. He was, in fact, it was not only the Urbana project, it was even Metro Zone in Chennai. He's not paid people since 2012. They've got orders. Not a single one has been paid till date. So that's how I went and investigated and found out the background.
Okay, I think your lawyer has also joined us, Mr. Noronha. Satish, if you are there, if you can hear me, you are there at the site which has been promised to Mr. Noronha. What else you can tell us about this case, as well as please show us the site. What is the current situation of this project?
See, with Errol came to me recently, I mean, more than a year ago. Like when he had come to me, it was like a very advanced stage wherein he had RERA, and he has filed an a mandamus for implement the RERA at the High Court the 3 months, but still not implemented. They had again gone for a contempt. Am I audible?
Yes, I can hear you.
So they've again filed a contempt. Now the contempt is pending before the Honorable High Court of Karnataka. It's coming up for hearing in the next 2-3 weeks. So what I understand, like they have gone through the long legal process, and till now they've still not got the money back for the dreams. And he's not the only person. Like we are representing a bunch of more than 60-70 people from the association, which which is the Ozone Urbana Buyers Association.
Satish, what I have been given to understand that the court has now transferred the matter to the CBI for an investigation. So, what are your expectations as far as the investigation is concerned? And do you believe it will bring justice to all affected parties? Because Mr. Errol Noronha is not the only one affected by this project and this so-called cheating.
Insofar, I would stick to the legal, whatever the legal things we're handling with. Insofar the cases are concerned, we have filed writ petitions seeking mandatory forensic audits to be conducted. I'm sorry, it's near the airport, so you might be able to hear the flight more than my voice. But yeah, so insofar in High Court is concerned, we have filed various petitions. One of that is asking for a mandatory forensic audit on the builder, since they have not followed the RERA to file the reports on time. So in that cases, we have asked for a CBI audit to be conducted, ED to be implemented, and all those things. It's still pending before the Honorable High Court. We are waiting for the orders. We are hopeful that the courts will hear the matter. And
Satish, I can see the incomplete under construction building behind you. Can you show us which tower Mr. Noronha had bought this flat? Which tower, and what is the condition, the present condition of that flat?
It's Avenue N block.
this is the construction, and it's a huge. It's not a 1 acre, 2 acre sort of a township. It's a huge township, wherein most of the blocks. Like recently, we just went inside one of the other buyers' flats. We just to see as to what is the condition. In his flats, most of the construction is over, but apparently for the 3 years, nothing has been done. So we can see the walls peeling off, and there's no lifts installed and all those things. So yeah, legally we are working out for them to get the money back or the house back, whatever they've invested for. So let's see.
The builder hasn't delivered even a single unit in this entire project.
I wouldn't say single unit, because there are multiple units which are completed and some people are staying, but it is like, like I said, it's a huge property, right? So it's like a township in itself. Completing 1 or 2 projects, I don't think will have the idea what they've probably sold, to people of having a integrated township and all those things. Yeah, like I wouldn't say that no one is living here. Like there are units which are complete, but there are 1 or 2 of units, not like
Mr. Noronha, you are not the only one who is affected by this project and the prolonged delay in this case. How many other house buyers are there along with you in this, making this petition or making this fight for justice?
I would say there are over 500 or 600 writ petitions at the moment. And as and when people are hearing more about it, they're joining in and they're filing. Because people are still paying for their houses, they are still able to sell. I have requested RERA various times. We filed cases in RERA to stop the sales, but RERA for some reason is not able to do that and has not given orders to stop the sales. He's still selling in the market all the stall projects and still collecting money from people. So it's quite big, and I would say in Urbana alone, over 2,000 home buyers are affected. Besides, the other projects will have hundreds of thousands in each project wherever he is.
And in terms of the money, how much you have already paid, and when did you last paid your EMI?
The last EMI I paid in November 21 when I filed the writ petition and we got the stay order. That was 118 of us who filed together. And we got a good order from the Honorable High Court to stay all the EMIs, PMIs, to stop paying the banks. Once we did that, we were the first group, and then over 400, 500 have joined in from various areas. So most are not paying it, and the order was for the developer to pay it. But to date, he has not paid a single rupee, and the banks have already started trying to debit accounts, and there are people who've got arrest warrants also after a court order.
And if you can share, what is the quantum of payment you have already made to the builder?
I had made a total of about, now the first flat, I managed to get the money back through Lok Adalat. But that was forced on because of a group that I was attached to, and they gave us only principal, low interest. So since we were desperate, we didn't have money to pay bills, we didn't have money to pay rent, and we were desperate, we took the principal and we signed.
And that amount is how much?
That was about 1 crore. Yeah,
Okay.
and the second apartment also was about 1 crore plus, and that money is held up with the builder. The purpose behind it was they were offering me both of it, but I stood back to fight for the people. They wanted me to sign an indemnity so that I will withdraw all the cases and stop going against them. I refused that.
If I may ask, Mr. Noronha, how has this prolonged delay, impacted you and other home buyers, both financially and emotionally?
Emotionally, it's actually, I'll give you one of the stories that really happened. There was one of the person who requested Mr. Vasudevan directly, saying that his wife is very ill and she's undergoing chemotherapy for cancer, to please cancel the unit and pay him back the money. Vasudevan agreed and said, okay, I will sell your apartment, and as soon as I get the money, you sign this cancellation document. He did not pay him back the money. So that is the situation we are in. It's quite serious, and people are literally in tears. There are senior citizens, our Indian defense people who we are supposed to look after, who fight for the country. He has ruined their retirement money, the Indian defense. That is very sad. The government has to do something about it. And he's pretty proud about what he's doing. So I can't bear to see Air Force and Navy and Army people suffer when they fought for our country all these years, and Ozone has taken their money from them, their retirement pension. That is just very unfair in this world.
Mr. Noronha, if you can share some details about the CBI investigation which has been ordered by the court in this case. What is the progress in that investigation so far?
There were never any investigations in the first place. In fact, when we went to the police, they would refuse to file FIRs. And in fact, they would even get information that someone has come to file an FIR against you.
Okay.
And at times, there were stays ready in courts before the case would reach. In 24 hours, there would be a stay on that order. So we would never get an investigation through. It was so difficult until we had to really push and get things done the way we've done it today. We've had a very good advocate who's finally come into our group. Advocate Anshul Gupta from Supreme Court. He's the advocate on record, and with him, Advocate Satish. Together, they're working well for us. So hats off to them, and we are hoping something is happening. And the High Court is looking at it, and we are hoping to get orders quickly.
Okay, so just to clarify, the matter has not been transferred by the court to CBI, or it has already gone to CBI for investigation.
It should have been transferred because I know there is an investigation that has happened, especially ED. It came in the news, but we are still waiting to see CBI actually put it in the news. They haven't put it in the news. So I'm not 100% on that, so I can't say too much. But Enforcement Directorate has gone and investigated and started it about a week back. It was in all the news that happened there.
Thank you very much, Mr. John Carroll, and we hope that your case get resolved, and also most of the home buyers who are suffering in this ordeal get the justice. And unfortunately, this is not the only story. In fact, with the growing urbanization in India, we get to hear these stories from many cities at various places, and unfortunately, this is a matter which need urgent attention by the courts as well, and by the law enforcement agencies as well, because it's the hard-earned money which is going into the fulfilling the dream of owning a house. As Mr. John Carroll's case, he wanted to own a house for his in-laws also, people who buy home for their parents, and especially it becomes more difficult for those who work abroad, who work there with their blood and sweat, and they want to own their house in the country of their birth. So this becomes very important for all those who have been working hard to own a house. Thank you very much, Mr. John Carroll and Satish.
Thank you so much.